What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Structure.
What up?
I'm
What
your
up?
host, H. This is my co host, E. And today we're talking about Dexter episode 3.
That's right. Dexter, episode 3. Things are starting to heat up. To all the new viewers out there, welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe. H, let's get down to business.
Let's go. All right, Dexter episode 3. And it certainly did not disappoint. We had a very interesting episode, don't you think so?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
There's a lot of sick and sagging with regard to some of the story arcs that they're playing with,
Mm-hmm.
especially the one that I feel is the one that's gonna play out for the whole season, on
Yeah.
top of Matt's murder. And just so you know what we're gonna be talking about today, we're gonna go over a Dexter versus Dexter situation with the new CSI expert that
Yeah.
came into to the show
Who
today.
will prevail?
It's Harrison Dexter 2.0. We see some signs that there be some secrets that we have to uncover there. Now, who is the hunter? Who is hunting the women in the town? Who's doing that kind of stuff? We have a couple of theories who it may be, and then Dexter's looking for that one happy family. You think he found it? I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't know. But what's going on with the CS guy and Dexter's
CSI,
new
yeah.
competition with Dexter versus Dexter?
Yeah, certainly. So we open up the show. We see that a new CSI inspector comes in, right?
Yeah.
And this guy is very good.
He is
And
no
Dexter
joke.
is out of practice in his extracurricular activities,
Yeah.
and he's picking up. He was able to tell, you know what, there was a murder here. He found the blood. He matched it to Matt. Like within seconds, this guy is great. He needs to
This
move up to a
guy
bigger department.
reminds you of Dexter, and he sort of the same way that Dexter was able to feel the crime scene and
Yeah.
feel where all the action happens within seconds. This guy does the same thing, and quickly Dexter is put on notice that he needs to get his game up,
Yep.
which
Step up
is
his game.
exactly. He's going to have serious problems. He's out of practice, and that sort of blends into everything else that's going on. That he's being forced to cover up all his lies throughout the entire episosode.
You know, it brings me back to the first episode when I was watching it and seeing him like
Hmm.
be so sloppy, leaving the blood there, and then on the following episode grabbing the stone and just throwing it somewhere. I like this is unlike Dexter because he would have been so careful and planned.
Yes,
It was such a spur of the
he
moment.
had a system. He had a system, and because he's in a new element, like if he was in Miami, he could go back to his old ways, right? But he's in a new environment, and he's out of practice. He doesn't have a system, and he's kind of caught off guard. It was a crime in the moment, so now he's forced to pick up the pieces and cover up his misdoings, which he's not used to having to do. Really, only a few times he's done that in the past.
I wonder if by the end of the season we will see him. You know what? Go back to his original code that
Hmm.
Harry taught him, and we see a return of Harry in his his internal dialogue instead of just Deborah.
Exactly. Deborah is constantly on him not to mess up her son, which I think there's a surprise there. We'll get into that. And Dexter is trying to point him in the right direction, but his dark passenger right now has control of Dexter, clearly.
Now, certainly, we see that he hits Matt, at that particular episode, and Matt just drops. Everything is a mess. You see that he's starting to match the blood with the
Which is
one
a
of the
rookie
deer.
mistake. He would never have done that
He
before.
drags him back to his place. He leaves some blood over there. Then he keeps the body in his own, home, his own premises.
Which is crazy. He knows not to do that. That's in crime scene 101. Don't keep the body at your house, period. Again, he's sort of in the beginning acting like a rookie because he's out of practice, and this is turning up the heat for him.
No, certainly. One other thing that we have to pay attention to
Yeah,
is gonna be with Harrison. Sorry,
yeah.
Harrison is like a new version of Dexter. We're seeing some signs that there's more to this guy. There's a reason why he came to find
He
Dexter.
is smarter than your average bear, and he has a lot of things to uncover. You want to get into it, H?
Yeah, let's do it. So, for example, he's trained. He knows how to fight. He knows how to take care of himself. We see how he handles the bullies in school to
Mm-hmm.
protect the other guy, right?
Yeah.
We see that when his newfound friend is showing him some drawings that are a little, dark.
Yeah,
He
very dark.
very very dark. He's actually smiling or in trance,
And he said,
similar to how Dexter looks at blood.
yeah,
And we do know that Harrison's beginnings, he was when he Dexter found him, he was in a pool of blood next to
birthed
Rita.
basically the same way as Dexter. But one of the key things in that same scene that you were talking about, Harrison says they don't know anything about real violence. So apparently,
He
Harrison
knows. Yep.
knows real violence, and we don't know what that means to him yet. That still has to be uncovered.
No, certainly, and this goes back to where is Hannah? Is Hannah really dead, or did he killed her? Did she disappear?
Yeah,
Maybe are we gonna have some kind of teaser at the end of the season, or is this show is just a self-contained season to give a satisfying ending to the main show?
yeah.
So we don't know those questions. At least I don't know those
Yeah,
answers.
he and if to point out one thing, he scored the highest score for replacement tests
Very smart guy.
out
Yes.
of anybody in the school. So he's literally smarter than anybody in the school, and he's internationally traveled. It has broad experiences, so he's not your average teenager. Again, he's seen real violence. He's been to multiple countries, been in different situations, been in a foster home, traveled from Miami to all the way up to upstate New York. This guy is smart. He has a lot of things to hide. And I think that, like you alluded to, there are some similarities to Dexter, except for he is way more advanced than Dexter was at this time.
And we're seeing some similarities that there's some signs that he may have some kind of internal code on how he operates. We
Yeah.
see that he has some sense of justice. He doesn't like the other kid getting bullied, so he
No.
steps in, he protects the guy, and he befriends him.
Yeah.
So similar to how Harry taught Dexter to, channel his desires into something that will be somewhat, I guess, positive, if you can
Yeah.
call it that,
Or
right?
at least make it even.
So we see that Harrison is showing those signs, and I feel the actor's portraying that he's kind of holding back. I feel that Harrison is holding back in some
Harrison
sense.
is trying to soak up the environment and just get a sense of the pulse of the environment before he settles into his natural self. That's basically what I'm thinking that he's doing. So we'll see. But we also see glimpses of the killer this episode, which is the longest that we've seen, the most shots that we've seen of the killer, no pun intended, this episode or this season so far. So, what's going on with him, H?
Yeah, certainly. So we see that this hunter is hunting humans. He's maybe the one behind all the disappearances of all the girls in town.
Mm-hmm.
We see that he likes to play with his prey because he fed her, he then trapped her, probably tortured the poor girl. Then he's using very advanced weapons to hunt them, not even giving them a chance to to get
So
away.
yeah, with this guy, he clearly he's a hunter. He's been hunting for a long time, and he's bored of regular prey, sort of like the ultimate game and everything. But which is why he's hunting humans. We see that he keeps them for a while and he lets them go so that he has some type of competition in hunting them. But the thing that I didn't like about this guy's using he's using a night scope and he's also using a laser on his rifle. If he wants to make this a real challenge, if he's not a cheater and he really loves the sport of hunting, which is it's crazy within itself, he's hunting humans. He wouldn't use that. So that's one of the things that sort of threw me off. But yet and still, that scene goes down where he hunts a human in the dark, and he takes a woman's life. But one thing to note is that Dexter is nearby. Dexter was within walking distance of his house.
Well,
We
we
don't
don't
know
know
how
that. We
he
know
was
he
close
was
enough.
close enough to hear the
He
gunshot.
was close enough to hear the gunshot, and so that means that it's not too far away from where he's at. It's somewhere within the vicinity, maybe not immediate vicinity, but they could potentially be because there's not that many people out there. They could potentially be neighbors. So who is that? Is it the billionaire or is it somebody else? We don't know.
No, what I think it comes down to as well, this guy is a bully.
Yeah,
This guy is certainly a bully. He although he wants to hunt humans, he wants to give them no chance because the stakes are very high. This lady goes escapes. she is gonna, telling him, and everybody's gonna start looking for what's going on there. But he's keeping the prey very far away, giving her no chance. That poor girl had no chance. Then when he captures her after shooting, he cleans her, and
He has a system.
yeah,
It's very very systematic. He has a system to
very
drain her
twisted.
blood, which is crazy. Like who would think of that? Who knows that? Normally, if you ever seen a butcher or whatever, they hang him upside down and drain, and the blood drains in the pail. That's sort of like what Dexter had
Yeah.
or whatever. But this guy pumps some type of fluid into them, which into their veins, which pumps out the blood from their veins. So this guy is seasoned. He's been doing it for years, and he's had multiple iterations of his system. And right now, clearly, he's at the top of his game.
No, and then one other thing that you want to look at, these serial killers have trophies that they keep. Could he be doing some kind of
Yeah.
taxidermy and mounting the girl's head in some kind of twisted
I
wall
don't think it's
of
the head.
fame
Yeah, I don't think
or the body? I don't know,
I don't
something.
think it's the head. I think it's some type of token because we're guessing that most of the lost girls are ones that are traveling through the town, so they're traveling light. But I think it's something of value to them that he's keeping, and where he's keeping it, we have yet to see. And what it is, we also have yet to see. But I think that'll be revealed before they reveal the killer.
You know what's crazy? Because
Yeah.
they're doing a lot of zigzags with the killer because they're making us believe it is the billionaire that's involved in politics or is Matt's dad. I mean, some of the shots today that we saw, I think it may be Matt's dad just because when he was wearing the mask, it looks like he had a beard underneath. The eyes are very similar.
Yeah.
But then we zigzag, we seen the billionaire talking to Audrey,
And his eyes were
Angela's
same
daughter.
color.
Eyes are similar. Color has very much an
Yeah,
interest
I
in
don't know
younger
if that was
women.
editing or not, but good job on that because I was paying attention and I could not tell. And they made the guy real bulky, so we couldn't tell his figure. So I'm guessing that
He's
it
creepy
is.
though.
Yeah, he
That
is super creepy, and I'm guessing
He's
that
like
it's the dad.
stepping up to this girl, like, "Oh, you need a ride? You can. Hey, I got a TV. I got candy in my truck.
Yeah,
Like, come
what?
on, man. That's what it felt like. It's like,
Yeah, pretty much
hey,
so.
I got TV. Hey,
Yeah,
it's a nice warm
so
truck. Like,
you
bro,
just can't do
calm
that type
down.
of deal. Like, why wouldn't he offer to call somebody, call her mother? Like, he has helicopters, all this type of stuff. Anything but get in a ride with an adversary and get in the car with an adversary. I wouldn't do that, especially up there. You never know what can happen. It's just crazy.
Now, and they just brings us to another thing, and this is gonna be that this is gonna bring in the family that Dexter's always wanted.
Yeah.
Is within sight, and this guy's attempting something against Audrey, which could put him in a collision course with Dexter.
Uh huh.
Also, before I forget, where was Harrison at that whole time that he was going to make a call? Right, I had a feeling that he was gonna find Dexter in the mines looking for a place to hide the body. I had a feeling this.
Real quick, while you're on that topic, drop us a comment. Do you think Harrison has a dark passenger too? Let us know what your thoughts are on that. Go ahead.
Also, let us know where was Harrison in that scene
Yeah,
because we don't know.
yeah, yeah. So he comes back and the billionaire scurries away, which still it shows that he's that creepy type of dude. I mean, he could have stuck around, said something to Harrison, but he took off, which was very very weird. Who knows what's going on with that?
And now we finally have that scene where all four of them are sitting in the table when they go back
Yeah,
to have dinner.
yeah.
Dexter didn't necessarily want to partake, but because Harrison's there, he's trying to be there for his kid.
Uh huh.
And he learns something about parenting at that particular moment. He learns from Angela that he needs to be on the side of his son. He realizes that when earlier in the episode, he was brought into Harrison's school and he did not have Harrison's back, he
Yeah.
should have because Harrison was very smart. He made into the test again,
Very
scored
good point.
even higher this next
Very
time
good point.
around.
Just to show him,
Yeah,
which also proves that Harrison is on point. On point. Go ahead.
yeah. Harrison, we know he has a higher intellect, and he's in some ways looking for his father, but deep down, I have a feeling he's looking for a way to control his impulse because he's realizing what kind of person he may be and where that's coming from. And then we have Angela being a police chief. We have Audrey being
How is that
love
going to?
interest
Yeah.
for
How is that
Harrison.
going to work out? And this guy now is he is a serial killer, and he's killed recently, and he's dating the chief of police. How does that relationship actually work out? Because he's kind of making a fool out of her. She's for the law, and he's breaking the law. But they have that relationship, that bond. Does Dexter continue to kill again? Does Dexter use his insight with the police department to help him kill more? How does that work? Does she eventually find it out? How does that affect the family? All these different questions will hopefully they'll unveil them throughout the season.
No, certainly. I think we had a pretty good episode. I'm looking forward to the next one. The show so far has kept the same energy as the earlier seasons of the original show.
Yeah,
Hopefully, nothing like the last season. I tend to stay away from that. So,
you hate
looking
the last
forward
season.
to watching the next show, doing the next episode for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, stay tuned because we are going to be with you throughout the entire season 9 of Dexter. So just drop in. We'll have reviews on every single episode. We also have reviews on Power Book Ghost. That'll be coming up
Yeah.
soon. And listen, if
Foundation. We just finished the
we
whole
just
season of
finished Foundation,
Foundation.
go ahead and
We
check that
love the
out.
show, so check that out as well. If you haven't checked out the show, it's on Apple TV. Great show, great performances. You'll enjoy
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. And if you have any ideas or any other shows that you're enthusiastic about that you want us to check out, hey, drop us a comment. But until the next episode, I'm E, and this is H.
And we're in structure.
That's right.